It is travel day, and we are heading to Athens, Greece to hop on a 7-night cruise that will visit the Greek Isles. But let's just hop right over all of the travel day shenanigans and fast forward to the good part. But before we do so, if you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And be sure to turn on that notification bell because you don't want to miss any of our adventures in Greece and Turkey. Now let's get to Athens, Greece. Guys, good morning or good afternoon. This time change really has me messed up, but if you guys don't know, I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and I am here in beautiful Athens, Greece. I arrived early this morning. Right now back in Ohio it is just 7 a.m. But it is, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock here in Athens. So I flew in from JFK, arrived, caught the train into town, checked into my hotel, took about a 5-6 hour nap or sleep. Now I am off to explore some of the Monastiraki Square, some of the city center. Yeah, so I'm up, and I had a food tour scheduled for today. However, it was canceled last minute, so I have to make alternative plans. Did some research, and I came across this thing called GPS My City. So with GPS My City, you can do walking tours like through your own audio and just kind of explore on your own. One thing that struck my interest was that they had a food option where I could go and walk the city and explore some food options. So that's what we're gonna do this morning. Then I think we might get on the or do this afternoon. Then I think we're probably gonna try to get on the hop on, hop off bus. Now, I will be preparing to get on a cruise in 2 days. I will be boarding Celestyal Journey, taking me through the Greek Isles. So we're just gonna get a taste of Athens and what there is to do here in Athens. So we're gonna explore for a half day today. Tomorrow's gonna be a full day of exploration, so make sure you stay tuned. But I'm up, ready, headed out. It's lunchtime, but it's gonna be breakfast for me, so I'm gonna try to grab something quick, follow this GPS My City tour to see where it takes me. So guys, follow along, and if you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing. Please give this video a thumbs up, share out, leave a comment. We're off to explore Monastiraki Square. Athens is a city with a rich history that stretches back over 3,000 years. It is known to be the birthplace of democracy and the cradle of Western civilization. Athens has been a cultural, political, and intellectual hub throughout the centuries. Today, it's a vibrant modern city that blends its ancient heritage with contemporary life. There are some well-known landmarks and attractions located right here in Athens, such as the Acropolis, the ancient Agora, and the National Archaeological Museum. Athens is a modern metropolis with a population of over 3 million people, and it also serves as a gateway to the other Greek islands, making it a destination for tourists looking to explore Greece's natural beauty and rich cultural history.
Or this one, which is very good. These are very good.
Okay, what's that called?
This is called Dipla. This is called Saragli.
Okay, and how much?
This is €1.50 for one piece. This goes by kilo.
Okay, I'll have one of those and one of those. Thank you.
Great. €3.50 altogether. Thank you.
So as you see, I grabbed dessert first, but I'm not going to eat it because I stopped by. Looks like a kebab or a Souvlaki spot. I don't know how to say the name, guys. I'm going to put it right here for you to interpret, but I'm going to grab something to eat here. It's not too hot out right now. It's a little warm, but not too bad. But a lot of the cafes and shops are outdoor dining. So I figured I'd go ahead and grab something while it's kind of cool out. But yeah, this is a cool little spot, and this is part of the walking tour that I'm on. So it recommended this spot, and there was another spot down the street. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll try it out. Yeah, so everything looks really good and it's reasonably priced. So you can get a pita wrap or a Souvlaki, I think that's what they call them, for $3.50, or I think those are €3.50. I just noticed that cat sitting down there beside me. He's just chilling. I ordered a Souvlaki with tzatziki sauce, lettuce, onion, tomato, and french fries, and then a kebab. So we're gonna give this a try. I asked him what he recommended, and he was offering like a platter, and I don't want to eat too heavy because I want to kind of sample as I make my way up. So we'll see how this tastes. It smells really good. There's a lot of little restaurants and shops and things right here, and we're right outside. I believe this is the Agora market. We're gonna walk over there here in a minute. So you get a better look of it. So you have the kebab, lettuce, tomato, tzatziki, and french fries. Looks really good. I love that tzatziki sauce. It's kind of refreshing, a little tangy. Yeah. The pita is fresh and warm. Guys, this wasn't expensive at all. I think it was maybe €4. So pretty much have a full meal. You have your salad, you have your fries, you have your meat, you have your pita, you have a full meal there. So not bad at all. Yeah, that was delicious. You guys see I finished it. So the kebab, right there. How are you? It's on the pita. Actually, they cut the pita up. So, and that was €2. So you just want a quick snack, something, some protein, you can grab that. Now that's lamb, and it's very flavorful. Really good. I'm gonna eat the lamb, not the pita, because I want to try something else. All right, so I paid a total of €5.60. I think that's how you say it. So guys, that's not bad. It was less than I thought it was for the Souvlaki and the kebab, so not bad. So I'm here in Central Market. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like some of the stalls start closing down at 3 o'clock. We're just gonna walk through and see what we see. But it sounds like they close up a little bit early. Now they have it divided up by, like, you can get fruit on one side, you can get pastries on one side and meat on the other. We're just gonna walk through it and see what we see. But yeah, it's a pretty nice day out. We're right here. Looks like there's some fruit and veggies and different things here, so I'm just gonna check it out. Varvakios Agora, also known as the Central Market of Athens, is a bustling market located in the heart of Athens, right near Monastiraki Square. It's a vibrant area where locals and visitors go to shop for fresh produce, meat, seafood, and spices. The market has been a central part of Athenian life since the 19th century and is a must-visit for food lovers. Again, they'll have meat in a seafood section, fruit and vegetables, dried goods and spices, traditional Greek delicacies, and more. Now, the atmosphere is usually pretty lively, especially in the mornings when locals come to shop for their day's meals, but it can get pretty loud with vendors trying to get you to make purchases. But it's a great place to go to see authentic Athenian life and to interact with the locals. Now, the market is usually open daily in the morning around 7 a.m. and will close early afternoons. It is also closed on Sundays, so definitely keep that in mind. But the Central Market offers a unique opportunity to immerse yourself in the culinary culture of Athens. I highly recommend you check it out. Yeah, so it seems like the meat market is closing up, but the fruit stands are still open, and some of the other shops. So they technically close at 6, but they said that some of the vendors start shutting down around 3 o'clock. So as you see, being here at Monastiraki, it is extremely walkable. Just be careful because some of it's like marble, and if it's wet, it can be very slick, and there's some uneven spots. I would not recommend this if you're in a wheelchair or scooter, but if you're able to walk, there are some slight inclines, but just definitely be careful with the marble, but it's definitely easily walkable. All right, I'm not sure how far I walked, but guys, a trick to know is before you leave home, if you don't have reception, like right now I have a international plan, but you know, it has limited fast speed Wi-Fi or high speed Wi-Fi. So if you go to Google Maps and you download the map for the area that you're going to be visiting, you can still access Google Maps just as if you were online. So right now I'm trying to get back to Monastiraki Square, to the actual center, because I think that's where I'm going to pick up the bus. So all I have to do is type it in my Google Maps and it's going to direct me there. And I'm not online right now, so I will have it because I downloaded it before I got home, so before I left home. So make sure you do that. That way you can figure out where you're going, not have to stress about it. Like, I've just been walking. Probably not the best strategy. I don't think I've gone too far, so I think I have to go back this way to get back to Monastiraki Square. We're gonna explore that area, maybe check out the flea market, and then I'm gonna hop on one of the hop on, hop off buses. All right, so now we're back in Monastiraki Square. Again, there's lots of shops, lots of cafes, bars, all kinds of things here. And it really comes to life at night. Now, unfortunately, I probably won't be out at night because I am solo. But yeah, I hear that there's a lot to see and do here, especially in the evenings, but there's a lot of people out right now.
Now, as I mentioned before, Monastiraki Square is one of the most vibrant and popular spots in Athens, Greece. It is located right there in the heart of the city, and it is a historical and cultural hub that merges the ancient and the modern. The square is surrounded by landmarks such as the Acropolis, Hadrian's Library, and the ancient Agora. It is also home to the Monastiraki Flea Market, which is a bustling marketplace where you can find antiques and souvenirs and different things to take back home. Now, the square is characterized by a lively atmosphere with street vendors, performers, and cafes lining the streets. One of my favorite features of Monastiraki Square is the fact that the Athens Metro, the train station, is located right there, and you can pretty much get all around the city for under €2 per person for 24 hours. So I absolutely love that. But Monastiraki Square, again, this is where I stayed during my time in Athens, and I absolutely love that I was around everything.
All right, so I'm ordering the hop on, hop off bus. It's cheaper if you order it on the website and just have your digital code whenever you get on the bus. It's €23 for a 48-hour pass. That's what I grabbed. And sometimes you can find a promotion code. I couldn't find one right now, but yeah, you can just do it there, pay through PayPal, pay through anything else. Yeah. So I'm going to try to figure out where to pick this up at, but we're just going to keep walking and see what we get into until I find the stop.
All right, so the hop on, hop off is actually right here in front of the pharmacy, in front of the MS Roof Garden, if you're picking it up from Monastiraki. So it's the A14 stop. You can download a map. It'll tell you where to pick it up. So that's where I'm going. And then I'll come back and go to the flea market. There's also this Sights of Athens bus that you could pick up. This one goes to the coastline and the beaches and the port. So, I don't know, maybe I'll get on that one. So maybe that's the blue one. We'll see.
And there's also Big Bus Athens, so there's quite a few different options.
So I have no clue what that is, but it is extremely tasty. Really good. This is one of the pastries I got earlier. Alright, and I probably should have grabbed some headphones. They do have them downstairs, but I'm not going back down there. So yeah, make sure you grab your headset because you can listen in on what's happening or they're explaining the area. And I'm totally missing it, but I'll get a headset here in a minute, but don't forget to get yours. Alright, so that took about almost an hour and a half to go all the way around on the route. I did not get off because I have a tour tomorrow, so I'll see what tomorrow brings. But I need coffee. It is almost 6 o'clock here, but I have not had coffee today, so I'm gonna stop over at this coffee roasters, Coffee Island, and then I am going to, I was hoping to find a different coffee spot, but it's right here, so I'm gonna grab coffee and walk through the Monastiraki flea market. Alright, I'm not sure what I ordered, but iced coffee, I don't know what kind of cream that is on top.
Meeting at 6:30.
Oh my god, it is so strong. Like really strong, it's probably what I need, but super, super strong. Oh my god, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna sit down for a minute and then head to the flea market. So I take it back. I don't know if I like this coffee.
Habibi, come to Dubai.
It's a caramel cream, whipped cream on it. But it's,
Santorini.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. But I know I need it. So I'm gonna just take a couple more sips and keep it moving. I'll try a different coffee later and let you guys know. Yeah, it's just really strong. Alright, I'm not even sure what this pastry is. I forgot I had this from this morning. Have it with my coffee. I'll put a clip here because I forgot what she called it, but we'll see what it is. It's really sweet. Like so sweet it's sticking to my teeth. Lots of honey. There's some nuts. It's not quite baklava. It's really good. It's just very sticky, very sweet. I'm probably gonna have one more bite of this. I won't be able to finish it because it's just way too sweet. But whatever it is, it's very tasty. If you like sweet, I would say go for it. Very sweet. You can see the honey and stuff on it. So whatever that stickiness is, really good, but too sweet for me. So I don't think I've ever walked through a flea market and not have anyone approach me. Like, it is so like easy to walk through.
No one is saying anything. No one's asking you to come into their stores. It is very different from other places that I've been where they're like calling you in, trying to get you to get samples and things. Like no one is saying anything. So it's a cool experience. If you don't like the haggling and all that, definitely check it out. Alright guys, I am back in the room for a minute. I wanted to drop off water. I went and grabbed water, guys. This large liter, 1.5 liters water, €1. Now, in the US, or if you're cruising in the Caribbean, you're paying probably $5 for this. So it's nice that they want you to stay hydrated. Pretty much all the stalls that I went to, the water was that. So it's ice cold. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Got a couple of these to last me. But we're gonna go check out the rooftop of the hotel and then go grab dinner before it gets dark. All right, so now I'm off to get something to eat. Now, the one thing about my hotel is it's off the main strip just a little bit, kind of down an alley. I'm not a fan of that, having to walk by myself in the evening, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm back before it gets dark. So I'm gonna grab something, I think, kind of quick, so I'm not out here past dark. But one thing for sure, there's no shortage of places to eat, guys. I honestly can't even decide where I want to eat. There are so many options right here in this area that's walking distance. Actually, I think I see a spot that I might want to go to because that's right across from my hotel. I think I'd rather that than walk back to the square where it's really crowded, or it's getting crowded. And I think I see a spot that I might want to dine at. All right, so that was just really coffee and pastries and tons of pastries and things. But I want some real food, so we're gonna walk back toward the square and see what we can get into.
So I think I'm just gonna go here. I did want to sit down somewhere and eat, but this is right by my hotel, and yeah, I don't want a chance being out after dark. All right, so this is €9, 2 slices of pizza, and a Coca-Cola. And that was 5 minutes, so I can make it back. Plenty of time.
I do think tomorrow I will try to dine in somewhere and sit for dinner. I'll have plenty of time because I have a tour in the morning and I have kind of the afternoon, evening to explore. I will still be in before it gets dark, so I'm gonna eat this. Might grab some rolled ice cream. There's some ice cream pastry shops and things here to give them a try, and then I'm headed back to the hotel and calling it a night. So I'm gonna see how this pizza tastes.
Join me in Athens, Greece for a bit of pre-cruise fun and adventure. It is day 2 and I will be taking a tour with Shore Excursions Group. We will visit the Parthenon and Acropolis and spend time in the beautiful neighborhood of Plaka, where we will try more Greek food and just take in all of the culture. If you aren't already subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so and turn on the notification bell as you don't want to miss our 7-day cruise adventure visiting the Greek Isles.
All right, good morning, guys. It is day 2 here in Athens, and I am walking to grab some breakfast and some coffee, and then I am headed to the train station to catch a train to the port for a tour with Shore Excursions Group. So be sure to follow along for this content. I am up ready this morning. It is just 7 a.m. So this morning's adventure, I will be with Shore Excursions Group. Guys, if you aren't familiar with Shore Excursions Group, be sure to check them out. They offer third-party shore excursions where you're going to have a more authentic experience. It's going to be a smaller group. A lot of times it's a lot cheaper than the cruise line, and you're going to get kind of a similar excursion. They do have a return to ship guarantee. I'm not currently cruising. However, I am going to be going to Piraeus Port to pick up the shore excursion to kind of show you guys what you might expect here in Athens as far as shore excursions. They do have a bunch of different options available. You just have to go to shoreexcursionsgroup.com. I'll put the link in the description. If you filter down by your ship and sail date, you'll see all of the excursions that are available for you through Shore Excursions Group. And yeah, I think it's a great third-party provider as far as tours for those who are cruising. So I'm going to take you around Athens today. I think we're going to be going to the Parthenon, the Acropolis, and a few other different spots. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I will have that coming to you guys soon. But I have to first get some coffee and something to eat. And then I'm going to be catching, I'm right here in Monastiraki, and I'm going to be catching the train from here to the port. So I'll show you guys, if you are traveling from Athens Airport, how you can get from Athens Airport all the way to the cruise terminal by train. It's 9 euros. Where I'm currently stationed though, it's only 2 euros. So 2 euros from Monastiraki to the cruise terminal. So I'll show you guys exactly how to get to your ship if you are staying within town. But first, let me grab something to eat. Yeah, so this coffee is a lot better than the coffee I had yesterday. It's still really strong. So I guess Greek coffee is just a lot stronger, but I don't mind a strong coffee. You will definitely want to add a little sugar to it though. But yeah, this is really good. Really good. And this cafe is right in front of the Monastiraki train station. So I just have to hop right over there as soon as I finish eating. Yeah, it's delicious. Alright, so breakfast was delicious. It was just a really large omelet. I can't eat that many eggs. So, and I noticed a lot of people that were coming in were asking for less egg. So yeah, I only ate about half of that. But I am off now here to the Monastiraki station to get on the train to go to the port. All right, so I am off to Piraeus Port, which is the cruise port. From Monastiraki Square, you're going to pay about 4 euros for a 24-hour pass. It is about a 15-minute ride, so not far at all. Now, what I do recommend to do is to download the Google Maps app in advance. That way you can keep track on which stop you need to get off. Now, there's plenty of signage that will say Piraeus. Just be sure you get off on the right stop. But I absolutely love, again, that this metro system is right here. It is convenient, it is fast, and I highly recommend you taking the metro wherever you're visiting in Athens. Now, keep watching because I will get lost there for a second, but I'll explain to you in a minute why. All right, so we are outside the Piraeus train station. Now guys, word of caution, make sure you hold onto your tickets. You'll need it to enter the train or whenever you go through the turnstile, and then also when you exit. So I had to pull mine out of my bag. But yeah, we are here And according to my GPS, my Google, it says there's about an 8-minute walk to the port entrance, but I think there's a shuttle or something over here that we can catch to get over there. So I'm gonna figure that out and I'll let you guys know shortly.
All right, I'm already seeing cruise ships like right here, so I don't think it's as far of a walk as the GPS is saying. We'll find out. Now, depending on, okay, this looks like the entrance to the train station. Let's see. So yeah, there are the cruise ships over there.
All right, so my meetup spot is Terminal C, and it seems like it's a 38-minute walk from here. I'm pretty sure there's a bus. I'm gonna see if I can run into it or ask somebody to get me down there, because I'm not gonna walk 38 minutes. But yeah, we're gonna cross over, get closer to the port side, and there may be a bus. I think I read somewhere that there was a bus over there. All right, actually I see a bus stop right here. So maybe just a 3-minute walk from the train station. I'm gonna see if this will get me to Terminal C. All right, it says Piraeus Port Authority, so I'm assuming I just hopped on, so we'll see if it's gonna get me to Terminal C. All right, so I was on the wrong bus. Someone was speaking English. They said I catch 843 to Terminal C, so waiting on the city bus, 843. All right, so that only took me a little bit of the ways down, guys, and I had no clue that bus was not free. So they were coming by tapping, there were like 3 individuals coming by tapping people's, I guess, bus passes. And so I told them I didn't have one. They didn't speak any English, and so I took out my euros to pay, and she like kind of was like, no, it's fine. So maybe do your research to figure out how the buses work. But yeah, it says I'm still about another 20-minute walk from Terminal C, so we'll see. I don't know. Probably should have done some better research to figure out how to get there. Now, if you're taking short excursions group from the cruise ship, of course you won't have to worry about this. That's just because I'm arriving from in town, and trying to get my way to the port. So we'll get there. Thank you. All right, I made it. I had to catch a taxi. It was €5.
It's a good to
Nice to meet you.
Let me take the bus.
Thank you.
For the new arrivals, if you want to go to the Acropolis site, you have to buy the ticket. The tickets for the Acropolis site will be purchased from me, so I will give you tickets, €20 per person. Okay? So, our tour officially begins. This is the port of Piraeus, as you probably already know, and we will be heading to the city of Athens. We will arrive at the city center in about 30 minutes, half an hour, 40 minutes, even more, depending on the traffic. Probably there's going to be quite a lot of traffic today, given that it's the end of August, so everybody's returning from their holidays back to the city. Now, the port of Piraeus is the principal port of the whole country, so all the ferries that go to the Aegean Islands, they dock here at the port of Piraeus. Once again, we restart our tour towards the city of Athens. Again, you can see now here all of the ferries, given that the port of Piraeus is the main port of the country. That would be prehistorical times. And since then, people have always been living in the same area. So you can imagine people have been living in the same area around the Acropolis here for about 25,000 years. Now, the site of the Acropolis itself is actually a rock. It's in the middle of the city, and on top of the Acropolis, there is this famous temple called the Parthenon. Probably you've seen it in several postcards or images. And that temple was built during the 5th century BC. front of a stadium, the Panathinaikos Stadium it's called. Now this stadium is of modern times. When we're talking about modern times in Greece, we're talking about the 19th century AD. Now the Panathinaikos Stadium was built for the hosting of the modern Olympic Games. Greeks, they had Olympic Games, but in antiquity Olympic Games were always held in one city called Olympia. 4th century AD, during Christian times, games are banned, forbidden, because they are considered not non-Christian, of pagan origin and character. And 19th century AD, Europeans decide to restart the Olympic Games. So the first modern Olympic Games, 1896, were held here in Athens, and after those games, every 4 years, they would change the city. So,
All right, so we are here at the Olympic Stadium. Not for this tour. I don't think we're able to go in. There is a cost for the entrance to the stadium. So we're just out looking at the exterior of it. I'm going to the restroom. It is €1, so make sure you have small euros. She said this is probably the best stop to go to for the restrooms. I'm like, I might as well take advantage and go. But yeah, just like Mexico, you're paying to use the restroom. It's €1. And I only had €2, so I have to get change. Thank you.
we have some free time, and you can also wander around the Plaka area, and then we will meet back here to our street. Alright, so the ones who will not visit the site, you have all free time. This is the headset, the whispers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take this
Yeah.
and this,
Yeah.
you plug in your ear, and you can hear my voice.
So you get a headset, so you can listen as we walk the Parthenon and the Acropolis. And they said it'll be 1 hour going around the Parthenon, which is the base of where the Acropolis is located. And then it's 1 hour Acropolis, and then 1 hour free time in Plaka. But if you choose not to do any part of the Parthenon or the Acropolis, you can just have extra time, free time in Plaka. So because I'm not going back to the ship, I am going to end my day here in Plaka with Star Excursions Group. But we're going to first go up, check out the Parthenon, check out the Acropolis, learn some history, and then we're going to check out Plaka.
The Acropolis is the ancient citadel located on a rocky hill above the city of Athens, Greece. It contains some of the most important historical landmarks of classical Greece, including the Parthenon, which is a temple dedicated to the goddess Athena, and it is the most famous building on the Acropolis. Now, the Acropolis played a central role in the cultural and religious life of ancient Athens and has come to symbolize the achievements of ancient Greece, particularly in art, architecture, and democracy. It has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site and remains one of the most visited tourist destinations in Greece. Now, guys, I have to tell you that this does require quite a bit of physical activity to get up to the site. So definitely consider your physical level. If you're able to walk and climb hills and stairs and uneven pavement, because it can be a little bit dangerous if you don't go about it the right way. Be sure to wear sunscreen, hats, pack water, and wear appropriate shoes.
All right, so guys, make sure you wear your sneakers. It's very slippery, very slick with the marbles, so be very careful. And it is hot, so make sure you stay hydrated.
The Acropolis was used as a defensive stronghold due to its elevated position, which offered protection against invaders. It also served as a religious and ceremonial center where temples such as the Parthenon were built as places to worship and to house offerings to the gods. The Acropolis was a symbol of power and wealth. The construction of its monumental buildings demonstrated the city's wealth, political power, and artistic achievement.
Be careful, it is very slippery.
Okay, so let's... The lower part, you see the historical walls. These are the Greek and Roman walls. Higher up we have the medieval walls. So you see the progress of the fortification. Now, the closer we get to the temple, to the Parthenon, if you raise your head, you can again see the sculptures inside the square Parthenon. And gardens outside the tomb. So this is why they just mutilate hue. The new is bright white. So even the old pieces were exactly like this. So the whole thing looks bright and white. Low, the first sunlight. So it's in between the sunrise, the east, and the Parthenon. Anyhow, so this is the other side. This is the east side. This is the main entrance of the temple. Always the entrance.
Pero que el Señor no hizo la vida para acá.
All right, guys, so that portion of the tour is finished. I'm heading to Plaka, which is just adjacent to the Parthenon, Acropolis. She said that if I'm facing away from the Acropolis, if I go left, that's going to be Plaka. If I go right, that's going to be Monastiraki. Now, I could easily just follow, she said, this street over to get to Monastiraki. It literally leads you right into Monastiraki Square. But I want to explore Plaka because I have not had a chance to go over there. That is part of this tour, but it is self-guided. Everyone will have an hour and a half, and then those on the cruise ship will get back to port. Now, I'm not on a cruise ship yet, so I'm going to just explore Plaka and then see what else I can get in today. But today's tour has been amazing. I absolutely love that they have headsets so that you can listen and get some history about the Acropolis, Parthenon. But guys, just a word of caution, it is a lot of steps. It's a lot of walking. It didn't take as long as I was expecting to get all the way to the top. I think it took probably 15 minutes. And that's going at a slow pace because of our group. But guys, it is really busy. Now, we got in, we had an 11 a.m. check-in time, and there was a line, but it was moving rather quickly. But on our way out, it is now a little after 12, and there was a long line wrapped around. So I would advise to get here early. That way you can avoid those really long lines. Of course, if you book this through Shore Excursions Group or a different tour company, you may have a different time slot. And this also was not included with the cost of the tour, so I had to pay 20 euros to access this. Now, you could choose to not do the Parthenon, Acropolis, and just stay in Plaka. That's totally up to you. I will say this, there were quite a few people on our tour that I think didn't do any research to see that, you know, you do have to exert a little bit of energy to get up. So a couple of them decided that they didn't want to go up after they purchased their tickets. The tickets are non-refundable, so keep that in mind because they are timed entry. So yeah, I enjoyed it up there. I learned quite a bit about Greek culture, Greek history, about Zeus and Athena, and so it's really nice, especially if you're a history buff and you love history. It's a really cool spot to just go to. But just be advised, guys, wear sunscreen, wear your hat, pack a fan, pack plenty of water. Now, with this being a guided tour, it was kind of, I'm not going to say rushed, but I probably could have spent more time just exploring, getting pictures and things like that. So you could also choose, our guide said for this particular tour, you could choose to stay in the Acropolis a little bit longer instead of going to Plaka. So if you want to do that, that's something that you can do as well. So I'm just resting here for a little bit, getting hydrated, and then I'm going to head to Plaka.
But if you please, please don't let it go. Oh, baby, I don't wanna know. Club is the best place to find love, so the bar is where I go. Yeah, you know I want your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me, say boy. Let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead.
All right, so we're gonna go check out the Acropolis Museum. It is right here in Plaka. So I'm gonna see how much it costs to get in there and explore for a little bit. You can't get in anyway, too. Looks like. So it's 15 euros per person. And again, this is the portion of the tour where you're exploring Plaka on your own. I would recommend that if you're going to do this, like I said, you have an hour and a half of time, maybe 2 hours depending, or even 3 if you don't go up to the Acropolis. I would recommend getting your time ticket as soon as you get on the bus, because it is by time right now. They do have 1 o'clock, which is just 15 minutes away. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that, and we're gonna explore inside. Again, this is not included with your cost of shore excursions group. It's an add-on if you choose to do it. It is optional. Of course, you can just explore the neighborhood of Plaka, but this is located within Plaka, so you could just come here if you want to get some air condition and get a little bit more history. And so there's 2 separate lines. If you get your tickets via email, it's quicker. You can skip the line and just go in. If you go to the right side, then you're going to have to pay for your tickets inside.
The Acropolis Museum is a modern archaeological museum located there in Athens, Greece, at the foot of the Acropolis Hill. It is dedicated to the artifacts found on the Acropolis and its surrounding areas, focusing on items from ancient Greek antiquity. It opened in 2009, and the museum is designed to showcase the artistic heritage of the Acropolis in a modern setting.
So no backpacks or anything are allowed, so you have to drop your bags off at the cloakroom.
The museum was built partly as a statement in support of the return of the Parthenon marbles, also known as the Elgin marbles, which are currently housed in the British Museum. Greece has long campaigned for their return, arguing that the Acropolis Museum provides an ideal setting to reunite the marbles with the Parthenon. The Acropolis Museum is widely considered one of the most important archaeological museums in the world, and it attracts millions of visitors annually. The museum is designed to provide an immersive experience, allowing visitors to understand the significance of the artifacts in their historical and cultural context. There are also digital exhibits and reconstructions that provide insight into how the Acropolis and its monuments appeared in ancient times.
So I enjoyed walking around the Acropolis Museum. Now I'm going to find something to eat. Alright, so I sat down here at this restaurant. I had no clue what they served. They actually serve crepes, so I will be having crepes for lunch. They have savory crepes and sweet crepes and Greek salad. So I'm going to have a Greek salad and probably a sweet crepe, but it's right here in Plaka. I will put the name right here. So yeah, so we're going to check it out. I noticed that things are a little more expensive here in Plaka than they were in Monastiraki, and that's probably because this is a very touristy side of town, but I'm going to still eat, and hopefully the crepes are delicious. I'm sure they will be. So there's this thing on the menu called a digestive biscuit. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm almost curious to try it. It's a cookie, and it's in a lot of the different sweet Crete options. So yeah, kind of curious what that means. Yeah, I am. I'm going to have a Greek salad. And then also, which sweet Crete do you recommend?
Black forest, my favorite.
Okay, I will have the Black Forest.
Would you like bread for the salad?
Yes, please. And a Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Alright guys, so this food looks delicious. So I have a Greek salad and a Black Forest Crete with some sourdough, or I guess it's just bread, but it looks really good. Oh, that is so good. Very fresh. A little acidic, the olives and the feta. But I've never had a block of feta like that. It's really good. I figured I'd have a light lunch because I'm probably gonna have a heavier dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. Really. I think I've had Greek salad before, but of course, if you're in Greece, you might as well give it a try. And just a word of caution, the olives still have their seeds inside, so be very careful if you're eating a Greek salad. But they're really good. But this is a good Greek salad. Guys, the feta cheese is so good. Like, I'm not gonna leave the last bite. It's so good. Alright, now I'm gonna give this crepe a try. It's really good, huh? Oh my gosh, the flavors. So it's Black Forest. It has cream, cherries. So it's like a cherry sauce. If you have Black Forest cake, it's usually cherries. Really, really good, and not very sweet. Yeah, I might just finish that. So good. All right, so I had a little bit of a downpour, and it's really nice and cool out right now. I was going to head back to the hotel because the Acropolis train station is right there, and I think Monastiraki is just a few stops away. But I think I'm going to explore more of Plaka just to get an idea, a feel for this area. Now, I will tell you that it is a little more expensive here than if you're staying in Monastiraki. Just to give you an example, you guys saw yesterday I had that huge 1.5 liter bottle of water for $1. Well, it's $7 here. I also, at the restaurant I was at, I had a Coca-Cola. It was one of the small bottles. It was €4.50. I think that's how you say it, 4.50. Yeah, €4.50 or €4.50. Whereas you can get a bottle of Coca-Cola in Monastiraki for like €1. So costs a little bit higher here. Again, this is more the touristy part, but I'm just going to explore and see what these shops have compared to the Monastiraki flea market, which was reasonably priced yesterday. Again, they weren't harassing or even asking you to come in and buy, which I appreciate. So we're just going to walk around and check out some of these souvenirs, some of the shops, and then probably going to catch the subway back. I think we're expecting to get some storms, so I don't want to get caught up in that. I thought about taking the red line, or actually the blue line, to the beach area, the Riviera, but I think we're gonna have some rain, so I don't know if I want a chance going over there. So we'll see what happens.
Plaka is one of the oldest and most picturesque neighborhoods in Athens, located at the foot of the Acropolis. It is known for its narrow, winding streets, neoclassical architecture, and lively atmosphere. Plaka is often referred to as the neighborhood of the gods due to its proximity to the Acropolis and other ancient landmarks. There are tons of different things to do there. You have several museums, such as the Museum of Greek Folk Art, the Jewish Museum of Greece. There's also plenty of tavernas, cafes, and restaurants offering traditional Greek food. Highly recommend you check out Plaka.
All right, here comes the thunder and lightning again. So, yeah, probably gonna get on the train here in a minute. Taking cover for a minute. It's lightning pretty bad, so yeah, I don't do lightning, so I'm gonna stand over here for a little bit. All right, so it doesn't seem like the rain is it's let up just a little bit, but it's supposed to come down again for another 2 hours. So I'm gonna head back to my hotel. I'm walking towards Syntagma station, and that's just 2 stops from Monastiraki. So that is where I'm headed. My hotel's only a 15-minute walk from here, but I figured I might as well. I have the 24-hour subway pass, so that's what I'm gonna do to get out this rain and the thunder that's coming. Y'all, I've been sitting here waiting on the M2. I just realized that there's a complete subway station over there. I thought this was it. So your Athena ticket, which is the public transportation, once you're in town, it's like €2 and you can use it all day. So you can ride the tram, you can ride the subway or the train, or you can ride the bus. So I thought M2 was over here. It actually isn't. I'm now looking. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. I see people getting off the subway now, so I'm gonna walk over there and try to get back to my hotel before it rains again. See it over there, that M sign? That's the metro. All right, let me get over there. And that's the thing with public transportation. You know, if you happen to go the wrong way, which is why I'm here, I was actually going in the wrong direction, so I got off. You can always just hop on the other side and go back the other way. So you're never really gonna get lost. It's gonna take you back to a central area. So yeah, so that's where I'm headed to now. So here's the bus station, and there's the train station down this way. Almost to my hotel. That was an adventure. Gonna rest up a little bit before I grab dinner. So I didn't realize there were this many shops and things right near my hotel. So I told you there's so much to do in this area. So when I come back next August, I will definitely be staying in Monastiraki. There's just so much to do. My hotel is right around the corner from here, but I didn't even realize I haven't been on this side yet. But there's a lot to do, lot to see. All right, so I rested up a little bit. Now I am walking back to Monastiraki Square, which is just a 3-minute walk from my hotel. And I'm gonna grab something to eat from over there and probably try to get to the flea market before it closes. So that's what I'm doing. It is about 6:30, so I should be back before it gets dark around 8:30. All of this gelato looks really good. But I'm hungry for dinner right now. That looks really good though. Yeah, see how busy I can get here? I can only imagine what happens at nighttime. But yeah, I'll be back in before it gets dark. I think I'll try the Sprinkles project. Let's see what they have to offer. All
right, so this is right by the bus station, like literally right next door. I was gonna go deeper in where the flea market is, but I'm kind of pressed for time with it getting dark. So I saw this, there was a table right here. So I'm like, I'll give it a try. All right, I think I'm gonna try the hummus. And this calamari chicken looks really good. Might do that. This looks really good too. Or the eggplant. Choices, choices. So I just got the hummus and the chicken, and I think I'll probably find dessert someplace else. But the restaurant next door serves breakfast starting at 7:30, so I think I'll probably check them out tomorrow for breakfast. I usually don't eat breakfast before I get on a cruise ship, but my actual check-in time isn't until like 2 o'clock tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get to the port a little early. I just don't know how strict they are here as far as getting to the port too early. So I think I'm gonna probably head out like around 11 to go to the port and see if they'll let me go. So we'll see, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have breakfast before I head out tomorrow. Warm pita bread. I love hummus. That is really good. Jo Marie would love this. She loves hummus as well. This pita bread is so hot. Very, very flavorful. Very tasty. And guys, you know how I am about food. The crepe I had earlier today, I said was probably the best crepe I've ever had. I might say the same thing for this hummus. It is very different than hummus that I've had. But then again, I've never had fresh hummus, I don't think. I think it's always been like hummus in a container, so I guess that really doesn't compare. But this is really, really good hummus. All right, there's my calamari chicken. More pita bread. It's nice and warm. And french fries, lettuce, and I don't know what type of sauce that is. It looks and smells really good. And you can tell it's seasoned too. Alright, let's see if this chicken is seasoned, y'all. It looks good. It's very hot too. Guys, it barely hit my tongue, and I can taste the seasoning. Very seasoned. Has a char flavor. I wonder what kind of sauce this is. I don't do mayonnaise. Yeah, it's a mayonnaise base. But the chicken doesn't need any sauce. It's juicy. Yeah, you can tell it's juicy. It's been marinating, for sure. For sure, that's been marinating. The seasoning is all throughout. So good. Yeah, I made a good choice with that. I was debating on this and a calamari, but the calamari was almost double the price. And I was like, you know, I'll get calamari someplace else. Try that out, but this chicken is really good. Really good. And I guess the way you should eat it is to take the chicken off the skewer, do it like the Souvlaki that I had yesterday. A little chicken there, a little bit of tomato. I'm not going to do the sauce. Got some lettuce. Do it like that and maybe just eat it like as a sandwich. Oh, that is good. I just don't care for the sauce. I probably should ask for some tzatziki on the side because that's very mayo heavy. But yeah, solid choice for dinner. And I guess it could benefit from a little bit of sauce. What I've been doing is the chicken on there, a little bit of that hummus. That's going to give you the little bit of moisture that you need if you don't like the mayo-based sauce. I'm a bit worried about my waistline. I haven't even stepped foot on the cruise yet, and I can only imagine what the food's gonna be like on the Greek cruise line, plus going to all of the Greek islands. Yeah, I mean, I will be getting my steps in every day, so that gives me a little bit of reason to eat. But guys, there's nothing that I've had thus far that I didn't like, other than the Greek coffee that I had yesterday wasn't my favorite, but everything as far as the food has been so good, so flavorful. Nothing's been bad. So a little worried for my waistline, but I'll work it off, I'm sure, at some point. All right, so dinner was delicious. Now the kalamaki chicken that I had, come to find out, it's just a deconstructed Souvlaki, I cannot say that right, which is like a gyro over here. But it was very flavorful, very good. So yeah, no complaints. Saved room for dessert because we're gonna find some dessert around here in Monastiraki Square. It's starting to get a little dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and head to the flea market here to grab some trinkets. Now I did hear that out of all the ports that we're visiting, oh, first off, let me backtrack. Service charges. So something unique here is that they don't really ask you for a tip or service charge or anything. Like my tour guide was surprised when I handed her 10 euros. Most of the places that I've dined at, they didn't have it included. The only spot when I had breakfast this morning, they did ask if I wanted to leave a service charge, but for the most part, that's not expected here, which I appreciate. So, but yeah, I'm about to go ahead and go to the flea market before it gets dark. Now, from what I've heard, out of all the ports that I'll be visiting, this port, Athens, it's going to be cheaper to get souvenirs and things here if you're cruising Greek Isle. So like I said, I saw a lot of cheap things here in the Monastiraki flea market yesterday. I'm just going to grab a couple of things, grab a dessert, and head back to the hotel. And I did walk this side yesterday. There was one shop that I saw with some bracelets like I'm gonna get for Jo Marie. So I'm going to check those out and then walk the other side.
Yeah, here are the bracelets right here.
And as you see, it's a little cheaper than Plaka.
I'm gonna get her these bracelets.
All right, so I grabbed Jo 3 bracelets, a couple bars of olive oil soap, and a few magnets. Paid 11 euros, so I'm off to the other side to see what they might have. Need to get Drew a hat, Ron some socks, and Dice something to eat. That's usually what I get them because that's what they're into. So let's see what they have over here.
Alright, found a hat for Drew. It says Greece. And socks for Ron. He'll get a kick out of those.
So 200 US dollars will get me 170 euros. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so if you guys recall, I mentioned that I did my exchange at the airport, and I got 150 euros for 200 US dollars. Here you're gonna get 170 euros for 200 US dollars. So you get a little bit more if you wait until you get here and exchange. And if you're staying in Monastiraki, literally, let me just show you. There's the train station. So when you exit out the train station, if you go to the right, right here, it says ATM, right behind there, there's an exchange, a currency exchange right there. So you can always wait until you get here. You'll get a little bit more money than if you didn't. So, and actually I think I'm gonna get ice cream. I walked past it debating, but yeah, I think I'm gonna get ice cream. I'm gonna try this up front, the amarena, and this flavor up front. Yes. All right, so it's got my little ice cream.
I am off for another solo adventure, and this time I am taking it abroad. It is boarding day and I'm sailing on board Celestyal Cruises, a Greek cruise line with one amazing itinerary. In this video, I will share some of the ins and outs of Celestyal, take you on a ship tour, and partake in specialty dining. Be sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on because we will make port stops in Thessaloniki, Kusadasi, Crete, Mykonos, Santorini, and Milos, and you don't want to miss out. This will be a different adventure for sure, but it's also one of the best yet.
All right, so if you caught my pre-cruise video when I was in Athens, or I'm still in Athens, I mentioned that I was trying to catch the train to the cruise terminal for shore excursions group because I had a shore excursion, although I wasn't on a cruise, and had a little mishap. I got on the train, but then got lost trying to get to the cruise ship itself because the port is huge here. So I personally, at this moment, until I figure out the bus system near the port, I would not recommend trying to go the cheapest route by catching the train over to the port. I just priced an Uber, and an Uber is about 18 euros from Monastiraki, kind of where I'm at right now. So 18 euros isn't terrible. The other day when I checked, it was 30. So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess it depends on the time of day, just like Ubers in the US. So I'm gonna go ahead and request my Uber. Now the Ubers here are actually taxis, but I feel more comfortable using the Uber app. For safety, you know, they have the safety features where I can let someone know that I'm in an Uber, kind of track me, what have you, and Uber's going to make sure that they go the most efficient route, the safest route, that kind of thing. So I would recommend using Uber app versus like just hailing a taxi to get to the cruise terminal, especially if you're cruising solo. So that's what I'm going to do, and that Uber app works just like it does in the US. You just request it, let them know your location, and then it'll let you know how long. It says right now a 2-minute wait. So I'm gonna probably wait until I get downstairs with my luggage and then request my Uber and get over to the cruise terminal. And it's just about a 15-minute ride from where I'm located. So again, the trains, buses are very efficient. Just being brand new to this port, it just didn't work because I didn't know exactly where to go. And the cruise terminal here is huge. So we're off to the port. All right, so I am here preparing to board Celestyal Journey. I made it to the cruise terminal. I think my Uber driver assumed that I was getting on Celebrity because why would I get on a Greek cruise line? But he wound up getting me where I needed to be. But it looks like there's a line or a queue outside for check-in and baggage drop. So I'm here in the line. Also, Celestyal does not have assigned check-in times. It is anytime between 12 and 4. I thought I saw somewhere where I had it 2 o'clock, but it wasn't at 2 o'clock. It said 12 to 4. So check your documents to see if they assign you a time, but mine just said 12 to 4. So it's actually 11:30 and I'm here. So it's moving pretty fast. It just seems like they're just checking your name off the list and maybe giving luggage tags or something. But it's moving pretty quick. But I could imagine people coming after 12, it's going to be a long line in the sun. And if you book a hotel with Celestyal, it looks like these people just got off a bus and they're already ready to skip the line. So that is an option with Celestyal where you book your hotel through them. And these people are already bag tagged and everything ready to go. So they're able to skip the queue because they stayed in one of the Celestyal recommended hotels. Hello. Hi. How are you? Good. How are you?
So when you arrive at the terminal, you'll want to make sure that you have your boarding pass, which is a QR code that they will email you, as well as your passport. Now, keep in mind, your passport must be valid for at least 6 months beyond the date you return to the U.S. or wherever you're coming from. And at the time of this recording, a visa is not required to enter, but definitely make sure your passport doesn't expire for at least 6 months beyond the date that you return back to the U.S.
So guys, check-in was a breeze. It took about 10 minutes. So a couple of things. They will give you your room key once you check in. And then if you're gonna put a card on file, you don't have to, it's not required. But if you do, they're only gonna put a €1 authorization on it, which is awesome. So you don't have to put a card on file. They said that you can settle it on the ship the last day. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, quick and easy. I'm going to be going to deck 7 to see if I can get an upgrade. So yeah, we'll see. But preparing to board. First Celestyal cruise. Let's check it out. Cabins are ready. So I just asked the lady, I said, where do I go to make specialty dining restaurant reservation? She said, you can go to your cabin, you can go to your pool, you can go wherever you want to go. Didn't quite answer my question, but we'll figure it out.
All right, my cabin's right off the elevator, which is perfect. Let's check it out. This is a pretty nice cabin. All right, I'll do a full ship tour later.
All right, so a couple of things. I went to guest services to see about upgrading. They said because this ship kind of operates very similar to MSC, where there might be people getting off and on in certain ports. So they said that there would be a balcony available tomorrow that they'll call me to confirm the pricing. So hopefully I can upgrade. But this cabin is pretty decent. I'm going to do a full ship tour here in a little bit. I mean, you can see where it's a little bit dated, but it seems clean. One thing that I noticed when I got on the ship is that it smelled fresh on the ship. Anytime I get on an old ship, and guys, this ship's like 30 years old, but anytime I get on a ship, I always try to see if it smells, you know. I have a very sensitive nose, and I got on, the ship smelled fresh, so no issues yet. Hopefully hopefully there's none. But I also, when I went to guest services, I made my specialty dining reservation. So you can pre-book, your specialty dining on the website. Then when you get, I'm sorry, not pre-book, you can pay for it, but you have to actually book and reserve it on the ship. So you can do it a couple of ways. You can do it at guest services, which I did, it was easy, or you can do it with, there'll be a crew member in the main lobby doing it. He wasn't available right when I went. And then you can also go to the dining rooms once they are open. But you have to look at the menu to determine whether you want the 3 to 5 course menu, which is a set menu, or whether you just want to order a la carte from the menu. So I think you get 1 appetizer, entree, dessert, or you can choose the course menu. So like the steakhouse, I did the 5 course versus getting appetizer, entree, dessert, but it is a set menu. So we'll see how that goes, but that's done. Internet, I'll include information here as far as the internet because it's not unlimited on this ship. So I'll kind of let you guys know how that goes, but I've dropped my bags off. Cabins are ready once you board. You will get your key card. They have these lanyards, which I like these lanyards because you just slide your card out pretty easily and to get in and out of your cabin. So I did purchase, it was €3, but I'm going to go explore, grab something to eat, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. Great. So in the cabin, they have the welcome aboard information, how to access the internet, which seems like a lot of steps, but we'll figure that out later. Then there is the daily program here, kind of giving you an idea. Oh, I need this in English. Let's see, is it in English? No, it's not in English. So I'm going to see if I can request to get this in English because I have no clue what this is saying. So I'll let you guys know if they're able to swap this out for me. Guys, first impressions, this is a really nice pool deck. I mean, plush seating, as you can see here. A couple of jacuzzis. The Greek deli is back there. I will go to each space and show you guys in a little bit, but just want to get a first glimpse. It does have a retractable roof, which is really nice as well. Celestyal Journey has a variety of different food options on board, starting off here with fig and honey. Now, fig and honey is an upcharge spot where you can grab items from the juice bar as well as gelato. Again, these are an upcharge but reasonably priced. I did not have an opportunity to try it out when I was on board because, again, this is a very port-intensive itinerary, so I really didn't get a chance to. But here we are at the taverna. Now, the taverna is the buffet. Now, pretty much the buffet, you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For breakfast, you're going to have a variety of items. Just keep in mind that the items are pretty much going to repeat every day for breakfast, but lunch and dinner, I found there to be a variety every day, and every day they would change up the menu. But lots of options to choose from. You have salads, you have soup, they'll have a carving station, a dessert bar, all kinds of things here. And also another option available for breakfast and lunch would be the Thalasso restaurant, which is the main dining room. Now, they will serve the items buffet style. It is not made to order. It is still a buffet, but if you want to have a more formal seating experience or you want to sit down and dine, you can do that in Thalasso restaurant.
Now, as you see here, there are Coca-Cola self-service stations. The sodas, wine, beer, and cups of water are included with your cruise fare. So regardless of the drink package, you will get the soda, wine, beer on tap, as well as water in a glass. And if you're American like me, you're probably wondering if there's going to be a lot of Americanized food on this Greek cruise line. I will have to tell you that there aren't many options such as like chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, pizza, anything like that. They will have burgers from time to time and hot dogs, but a lot of it is Greek food. So definitely keep that in mind. You're going to want to have an adventurous palate because you're going to be trying new things every day on board the ship. Obviously, they'll have your basic fruit bar, your salad bar, things like that, and soups. But a lot of the main course items are Greek inspired, so definitely be prepared to try new things. All right, something else to note is that food items are not allowed to be taken away from the restaurants or the buffet. So if you like to dine in your cabin or in a different area, you're not able to take them from the different dining venues. So definitely keep that in mind.
Y'all see that buffet? Beautiful. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a buffet this beautiful or a dining room this beautiful. Really nice. So impressed with that. I'm gonna eat in a second, but I want to check out the back dining area. They have a couple beverage stations. Yeah, guys, it's a small buffet, but it is beautiful. I absolutely love it. Let's check out the back. So guys, I do think that this ship I'm about to show you is going to be the next brand that I try. Let's check it out. I'm not going to tell you when, but it might be happening soon.
Lots of seating options here. There's the retractable roof.
So this is the suites only area. You have to have a suite to come here. I'll be very honest, it's kind of outdated compared to other cruise lines, other ships as far as the suites area. Some of these cushions are pretty stained. I personally would never lay on this, but I'm sure it'll be packed. I think this needs to have a little bit of cleanup. Yeah, I would be a little upset if I had a suite and this is what I got. Now keep in mind their junior suites are the same as a balcony. You still get access to this, but it's not truly a suite. It is a junior suite or a balcony. They don't have a whole lot of balconies on the ship because it is older, so they label it junior suite. You get some of the suite amenities. This is one of them, but I'll be very honest, I don't like the way the cushions look. I need to get that cleaned up. But so far, all of the other areas that I've seen look really good. This is a really nice area to lounge and relax. Plenty of seating options. Looks like a couple of bars, the dance floor. So this is the disco club, what have you. Very, very comfortable seating options. I love that it's surrounded by panoramic windows. So you're gonna always have nice ocean view sitting out here. So this might be one of my chill spots for this cruise.
Also, something to know about the Horizons Disco. This is actually where you're going to go if you have a tender port on your itinerary. So for my particular cruise, Santorini was a tender port, as well as Milos. Sometimes Mykonos is as well. And so you will receive information if you are not booking a shore excursion through Celestyal. They'll give you information on what time to come here to the Horizons Disco to grab your tender tickets. I will share more about that in a later vlog.
And guys, be very careful when you're navigating the stairs. I just stepped on that one there and it kind of dipped a little bit. So be very, very careful taking the stairs. It's like a metal dip. It was kind of springy, so be careful.
Now, I have to say that I was quite impressed with the spa on the ship, considering the age of the ship. They have plenty of therapy rooms. They offer massages, different types of therapies for you. You can get your hair done, your nails done. They even have a thermal spa, which is at the time of my sailing, it was €9 per day, or you can purchase a cruise long pass for I think it was like €45. If you are in a suite, then you have access to this complimentary. But again, I was very impressed with the size of the spa as well as the gym.
So that is a really nice spa for this to be an old ship and to be really small. They have quite a few different types of therapies available. So yeah, I think I'm gonna probably get a massage. They're pretty inexpensive and you get discounts and things. I'm just gonna wait to see, because they'll say it's a embarkation day special, but they might have some later on in the cruise, so I'm gonna check back to see. But yeah, beautiful spa.
Now here we are at the show lounge. Now this is where you're going to go for your nightly entertainment. They will offer 2 shows per night, usually at 8:30 and 10 p.m. each night. Now I have to tell you, I was quite impressed with the quality of the shows on the ship. I'll be very honest to say I wasn't expecting too much, but I was really impressed. Something to note that out of the 7 nights, one night there wasn't a show, but out of the other 6 remaining nights, 5 of those nights the shows were in English. One night it was in a different language. So just keep in mind that although they may translate other languages at the start of the show, it seems like their shows are typically in English.
So right now we're at Ocean Bar, guys. Beautiful, beautiful spot. I love that they have these loungers inside. That's a nice spot to sit with the window right there. That is really nice. So lots and lots of fresh spaces to sit. You can tell the ship's recently updated. It looks really nice.
So actually, Ocean Bar actually became my go-to spot. This is usually where I hung out in the evenings. They'd have live entertainment. Usually small bands would perform here. But this bar was typically open pretty much all day. So this would also be my go-to spot to grab bottles of water and soda and different things. But great service, great entertainment located right here. Now, as we move on further, you'll learn that there are quite a few lounges in different areas on board Celestyal Journey, which I absolutely love. Now, one thing that I can tell you that I feel like Celestyal is kind of lacking on this ship is a casino. Now, they do have a casino available. However, it only has maybe 16 slots and maybe 3 table games. So a relatively small casino. Now, also something else to note is that it does not accept your card, your room key as a charge. You have to pack cash, euros, what have you, in order to play in the casino. And something you want to make note of, this martini bar right here, they will have a magic show during the cruise. You don't want to miss it. It fills up. It was amazing. Check it out in my later vlog.
telling you, the decor on this ship, top notch for sure. Beautiful. I honestly had no clue what to expect. I didn't do a whole lot of research. I know there aren't many tour videos on this ship. The decor is amazing.
So as you see, there are a variety of different bars and places to lounge and relax. Here we are at the Blue Bar, and each bar will have a different drink special each night. Now they'll also have a drink of the day for the entire ship, but if you go to each bar, they'll have a different drink special each night, so be sure to check them out. But again, look how Instagram worthy these lounges are. Beautiful decor, nice and clean. And some of these lounges, they'll actually have entertainers, whether they're violinists or they'll have singers throughout the evening. So pretty much each lounge will have something going on each night. And what I found with this ship having a pretty low capacity is that none of the lounges ever felt crowded. There was always plenty of room to just kind of, you know, kick back, relax, and enjoy the cruise. And here we are at Grill Seekers, which is one of the specialty dining restaurants on board Celestyal Journey. Now you can pre-purchase your specialty dining or add it on once you get on board, but this is going to be your typical steakhouse. Now I will tell you that the menu is somewhat limited. However, the items that they have on the menu, whether you select the 5-course menu or if you select, you know, purchasing things a la carte, what I had when I was on board was delicious. So definitely check it out. As you see, it is a beautiful venue, and guys, the service is exceptional. And right across the hall from Grill Seekers, you're going to have your chef's table. And look how beautiful this venue is. Now this is, again, exclusive dining. You can pre-purchase your chef's table experience on the website, or you can add it on once you get on board. Now here we are at the Asian restaurant, which is Pink Moon. And as you see, again, beautiful decor. I did dine here the last night of the cruise. I had some Vietnamese pho. It was delicious. Again, this is one of your specialty dining options. You can choose to purchase a la carte, or in this restaurant, it has a 3-course menu. So definitely check it out, and be sure to stay tuned because I'm going to be dining at Grill Seekers here in just a few moments.
So it seems like my name was on a list. Ali, who is over specialty dining, I went to schedule it, and he had my name on a list and said that they were covering all of my specialty dining. So thank you so much, Celestyal. I do appreciate that. Yeah, so that's exciting. So they do have kids clubs. I'm sure they're probably locked up right now, but I will try to get in to see them at some point. There's a little leak there, but Shark Shack and Turtle Cove. So yeah, I'll have to get the information later. And this side says Headquarters Plus and Headquarters. I'm assuming this is the Teens Club. Kids Room Video Arcade. All right, so at least we know they have a kids club. I will try to get all the information for you guys in a little bit. All right, so lunch I grabbed pork, I got double potatoes, mashed potatoes and french fries, green beans. Now, on this ship, you get essential drinks included. So like your soda, wine, water, I think it's for all packages that's included. Now I have the Sky High package, which is the premium drink package, so I get a little bit more than that. But if you don't purchase anything else, you get sodas, juice, and I believe wine. People are passing out wine right now, but everything looks really good. I'm gonna have this. This isn't too large because I want to make sure I have room for specialty dining in about 6 hours. So I'm gonna eat this, and yeah, so far so good. And this fountain Coca-Cola is strong. That's good though. so I had a delicious lunch. Figured I'd go ahead and get my first drink of the cruise, since I do have the drink package. So they have a pretty extensive bar menu. It's like a booklet. So I'm gonna look through to see what I'm gonna order. But I'm sitting on the main full deck. They have closed the retractable roof because it is a little rainy out. So I'm gonna see what my drink package gets. I think I get up to 10 or 12 euros. And it looks like most of everything's 10 euros or under from what I can see. But a huge menu of items. So page after page after page of drinks. Lots of drinks. Still going. So yeah, so lots of options. And it looks like they also have some sandwiches and pizza and things you can order that cost. So, all right, lots to choose from. Okay, so the server just explained to me. So I have the Sky High package. Most of the Celestyal Plus fares, so if you're a part of our group cruise next year, or if you book Celestyal and you're Celestyal Plus, it includes the Sky High drink package. So that's gonna be 7 euros or under for cocktails, and 3 euros or under for like specialty soft drinks, specialty coffee, mocktails, things like that. You can pay the difference in euros. If you want to get something more. You can also upgrade to the Sky's The Limit package, where you get, and it looks like that is 17 euros more per day, but you can get up to 10 euros for alcoholic beverage and up to 10 euros for other things. So, you know, you could upgrade, like I said, 17 euros if you want to do the upgrade. So yeah, so kind of confusing. They have different things, and then they have the Clear Skies, which is alcohol-free package. It's 27 euros per day, but considering you can get the Sky High for 30 euros per day, if you don't have it already included in your package, it's probably better off, you know, getting the Sky High. But yeah, so then they also have a Refresh package, which is 10 euros per day. It includes soft drinks and water. And so they have a lot of different options, so it can be confusing, so take your time understanding that, but just know most packages are going to be the Sky High, and that's 7 euros per drink, 3 euros for like non-alcoholic drinks, coffees and waters and things like that. Alright, so they did get me to upgrade. It's 119 euros to upgrade to the next package. And what my deciding factor was, bottles of water are not included. So on your package, it says that water is included. I just assumed that was bottled. They said, no, it's in a glass. So they open up one of the larger sparkling waters or distilled water, pour it into a glass for you, so you can't have the water like getting off the ship. And so for me, it's important to be able to have bottled waters getting off the ship. And they said each bottle would be 3 euros. So by the time you do the math on that, plus like the margarita was extra 3 euros because it's not included in the package. It's like to pay the 119 to upgrade. It's probably worth it. Now I'm gonna check to see if it's cheaper to do it before you get on the ship. Usually things are more expensive once you do it on the ship, so it might be a little bit cheaper to do it beforehand. But yeah, if you want bottles of water, some premium drinks, then you definitely want to upgrade that. I was not expecting that. Again, I thought the water was included, but again, it says water, but it doesn't say that it's in a glass, so that was the deciding factor for me. And that's a really strong margarita. Also something to factor in, if you're not going to be on the ship much, you might not think it's worth it. But again, because my package already came with it, I kind of look at it as I'm just paying $119 for the full drink package because mine was included with the promotion at the time. So yeah, so just figure out what's best for you, because this is a very port intensive cruise. You may not drink as much, but if you don't plan on getting off, then you may. But again, for me, just having the bottles of water and things like that, that is extremely helpful. So yeah, that's probably the only upcharge that I'm going to do for this cruise.
Yeah, I did upgrade the internet prior to the cruise, but again, I was not aware of the drinks beforehand. All right, and something else that I'm reading, if you aren't a drinker, you can do the hydration package, which is $8.50 euro. I can't never say it right. So almost 90 euros per person per day, and you get up to 6 bottles of water. Mineral or sparkling water. I don't know if these are small bottles or larger bottles. I'm guessing probably the regular size, like the smaller bottles. So you do that per day. If you do the math on that, with the bottles being €3 each, you're gonna save by doing that package, but you have to get it per person per day. Yeah, and the same rule applies for drink packages where everyone in the cabin has to get it. I don't think it applies for the non-alcoholic packages, but for the alcoholic for sure, because they asked me who was in my cabin. And then they also offer a sweet treat package. So if you just want mocktails, concentrated juices by the glass, slushies, milkshakes, water by the glass, it's €16 per person per day. And then if you just want soft drinks, fruit juices, and mineral or sparkling water, it's €10 per person per day. So yeah, something to consider. There's so many different packages. I'm gonna take this home to make sure I can explain it clearly for those on our group cruise, because it is quite confusing. All right, my luggage arrived, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and get unpacked and situated, because this is a 7-night cruise, so I wanna, be comfortable. So I'm gonna get things unpacked, get things sanitized and clean, and then see what's happening today. All right, so I'm in my cabin and I'm looking at the bottles of water, and this is what it says. So the guy at the bar told me it was €3. I guess I just assumed that was the smaller bottle, and actually it's not. So it's €1 for the small bottle, 3 for the big bottle. So depending on how much water you drink, I drink a lot of water, it may not be worth you to upgrade it. Again, I only upgraded because of the bottled waters. So I don't know. I have to figure out if it's worth it or not. But €3 for a large bottle, €1 for a small bottle. All right, guys, and as I unpack, something that I do when I'm cruising by myself without the family to make me feel at home is I bring a mini speaker. This is actually Andrew's. Andrew has a couple of these. It's like music is his thing. So I always borrow one of his to play music in my cabin. Makes you feel at home. So I'm gonna put my music on, finish cleaning, getting unpacked, and we're gonna go explore some more. All right, and if you're wondering how I'm setting up my technology, again, there's 2 European outlets. This is the adapter that I got from Amazon. So it has on both sides and on the top your standard there. Then you got 2 of the smart, 2 of the regular USB. Then you have a standard in the front. And again, it's just like that. You plug it in. And so it's giving me, so I plugged up my other adapter to that. So I have room to charge my, my lights, my battery pack, my watch, all of that. And then this one here, I'll plug in my other adapter for my computer so I can work from here. So, yep, so that's kind of how I have it set up. So you will definitely need an adapter. If you don't bring an adapter, I don't know if they have any for you to borrow, but definitely bring an adapter. All right, it is muster drill time, and they do it old school. You got to take your life vest up to the deck. So that is a first for me. All right, and they're making you take the stairs. So you just have to go up 2, but you have to take the stairs. So keep that in mind. So there's people in the elevator because I'm thinking if you have mobility challenges, they'll allow you to use the elevator, but everyone's coming up.
Welcome you aboard the Celestyal Journey. This is a very important announcement concerning the safety on board. According to the international regulations concerning the safety of life at sea, this is mandatory and all guests who embark today in the port of Milos must participate. Upon hearing the general emergency signal consisting of 7 short and 1 long blast, the ship's whistle and anchors, all guests should go to the cabins, put on the life jackets.
Alright, so they're giving instructions down there, but I can't even hear them. So just ran into some subscribers. That is awesome. They're Polish. So you never know your reach. But guys,
I gotta find out if they have a 2X, so this is choking me. All right, so came back to my cabin. My room steward is very, very nice. He gave me my daily program in English. He said there are 7 different languages spoken on board, so he kept apologizing for the mishap. But it's kind of cool. They actually, if you're celebrating a birthday, they put that on the daily flyer. Now, there is no app. There is an app, but they said it doesn't work. So maybe, hopefully, before our group cruise a year from today, we're able to have an app. But it's kind of cool. They put the birthdays there. They have on the back just kind of a summary of some of the onboard activities happening for the day. And then the show that's happening is in the very bottom. They'll have a nightly show, 2 different showings. It looks like this one is at, what is 2030? 8:30? 8:30 and then 10 o'clock. And then inside, you're gonna have all of the onboard services, promotions, dining options, everything here for you. So it's very detailed, but for those of us who, like me, I don't like to read this stuff, you know, it can be overwhelming, but they do have everything listed for you. Also, something that I wanted to mention about the muster, it was like, of course it was old school, guys. 58 cruises, I've never had to do that. I've never had to actually put on a vest. I've never even tried one on. But when you get there, it took about 15 minutes, so not terribly long, but they have you line up and they have women come to the front first. So the smallest women, they go medium-sized women, and then tall women like me, and then the men, regardless of their size, they go behind you. So they said that women should be the first to get off the ship in the event of emergency, then the men should help the women should go first. I don't think we do that in the States, but that's interesting. So I just thought that was cool. So I'm gonna head up to see if there's any type of sailaway party going on. I'm gonna do a quick live stream and then head to dinner. All right, starting to fill up. Yeah, we're gonna be sailing away, so I'm gonna try to do a live stream before I sail away. Doesn't look like there's a sail away party or anything, but I'll find out. We're sailing away from Piraeus or from Athens. So watching dice cross-country meet. Things we have to do, right? They're starting to come through the line. If you guys don't know, Dice does cross-country track, all that. He loves it, and he's really good. So I hate when I have to miss the meet, but usually they'll go live so I can catch him going across the finish. So Andrew's helping me out as we sail away. Say hi, Andrew.
Il y a des excursions dans la salle Blue Bar qui se trouve au numéro 8 à 18h. Merci pour votre attention et nous vous souhaitons à tous une excellente
Hey, that's called the symposium. I don't know what that is, but I freshened up for dinner. I have steakhouse reservations, but they're doing like a welcome meeting. I guess like a welcome aboard type thing. So I'm gonna go see if I can check that out, if I can figure out how to get there. I'm gonna kind of tuck away because I have dinner at 6:30, so I won't be able to stay long, but let's see what this is about. Actually, I think I'm gonna go up to deck 8 and catch it.
So let me introduce myself. I'm Teresa. I'm your cruise director on board. I'm half Greek and half Dominican. You can choose which half you like. And I'm here to welcome you on board this wonderful lady. Welcome you on board Celestyal Journey. And now, because I know that you are about to go for dinner straight after, I would like to start straight with the most important part that you have, the most important document that you have, your boarding card. This moment. Mírate. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Carlos. He's the excursion manager on board, yes. And still, I will keep the same, I will say the same. I'm a proud user of elevators. But he's the proud user of walking up and down the hills because it's his job. So,
All right, so during the show, they just gave a little bit of information. Most of it's basic if you read the pamphlet. They just kind of covered some of that. So kind of like a welcome aboard, giving you just information. You don't really have to sit through it unless you just really don't have a clue how to cruise. But that's really all it was. So they give you a towel to wash your hands at the table. Different. So also, if you're going to get wine, you pay the cost of the wine for the wine menu. If you, yeah, or you can just tell them you want sparkling, you want white, you want red, and they're going to bring you the house with your drink package. But if you, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'll ask about that in a minute. But yeah, they had a wine menu when I went to order. He said that it wasn't included, that I had to pay that price. So I'm trying to figure out if the value of the drink package is there or not, but I'll let you guys know. So this is the starter. It's the shrimp. He said it's wrapped in angel hair. And this is part of the 5-course menu. And also the wine, he came back to correct. You can get wine, but you have to order it from the bar menu, not the table menu. So there's a difference. I'll explain more of that later. And then these are some crispy flatbreads with a dipping sauce. Alright guys, so sorry the lighting is bad in here. I don't have my light. But dinner was amazing. Really no complaints. Now this was at Grill Seekers, which is specialty dining. If you do the 5-course meal like I did, I believe it was 39 euros. And then if you have the Celestial Plus package, you get 25% off of that. And so I had shrimp, I had salad, cheese course, dessert, and then I had steak. So everything was tasty. It was a unique experience. I've had 5-course meals before, but I've never had like a cheese service. So I had no clue what to order. The only thing I knew was blue cheese. But something else to know is I went right at 6:30, which is when dinner opens across the ship. And I guess being here in Greece, people don't tend to eat until later in the evening. So my waiter said I was the first one in. He was like, Americans usually eat first, like they'll come in 6:37, and then you'll have Hispanics come in later, and then he said the Greeks and everyone else will usually come like 9 o'clock. So if you are okay, you know, dining without a crowd, definitely try to go early. It'll save you, you know, some time, whatever. The service was still about an hour and 45 minutes, but it's because they wanted me to experience everything. And like in between courses, they're like, we're going to make you wait 5 more minutes before we give you cheese. So very different, but the food was tasty. No complaints at all. The drinks kept flowing. And again, you do get wine included with your, if you have the Celestyal Plus, or if you book your cruise, it comes with like very basic house wine, but I do have the drink package. So yeah, no complaints. So there are 2 shows happening. One's wrapping up the same show. It's called, can't think of the name of it. I think it's called Abba something. And so I'm gonna go to that at 10 o'clock. So they do a 8:30 show and then a 10 o'clock show. I didn't make it out dinner on time yet because it's 9:15. So wasn't able to get to the 8:30, but I will get to the 10 o'clock show to show you guys kind of what the entertainment is like. And then I'm probably going to call it a day. It's been a very fun day, very fun-filled day. Wi-Fi is very, very limited. You have to make sure that you pause your Wi-Fi. They will give you information in your cabin as far as what the Wi-Fi is, if you have Wi-Fi as part of your package, or if you add on Wi-Fi. If you have the Celestyal Plus, then it comes with 1 hour of Wi-Fi per day, but you could technically use the whole 7 hours in one day if you're not pausing. So like I had 7 hours, plus I have a 5 gigabyte package. I don't know what 5 gigabytes looks like in terms of hours, but they told me after I use my 7 hours, then the website will give me the option to use my 5 gigabytes. So make sure you're pausing. You can't just sign out of your Wi-Fi or what have you. You have to pause. Otherwise, it still continues to accumulate. So that is a trick. Sounds like a lot of the guests don't usually have Wi-Fi, so they said it's not really a big issue. But of course, I need Wi-Fi. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and probably go find a bar, have a drink, and then head to the show. Guys, a couple things to note is that if you're upstairs on deck 8, I think it is, those chairs, like the theater is beautiful, but those chairs have very low backs. And then if you come down to deck 7, it's like the backs are high, but there's not enough. Like if you have long legs like me, it's like I feel like I'm halfway off the seat. So you might be better off in a chair. They do have some chairs to sit in. So it's just strange that upstairs you have low backs and enough cushion, but then you have high backs here, smaller cushion, like they did it in reverse. But again, you could sit in a chair if you need to. I just have really long legs, so I might have to swap positions. They got a good playlist going right now, waiting for the show to start. So. All right, drink of the day. I have no clue what it is. Give it a try. Very bitter. It has like red pepper flakes on the side, a cinnamon stick. It's very spicy.
Damas y caballeros, buenas noches. Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Please welcome with your applause your cruise director, Teresa Alemizu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How are you? Now, we will start the cruise with a tribute to this wonderful cruise of the 70s. I'm talking about ABBA.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue dans la salle peut-être pour notre spectacle. Comment ça va ce soir? J'espère que vous vous sentez très bien, j'espère que vous vous sentez excellent.
Join me for another solo adventure. Today I am sailing on board Celestyal Journey and we are off to explore Thessaloniki, Greece. In this video, I will share more information about Celestyal Cruises and take a walking food tour through Thessaloniki. It's sure to be one full day of food, adventure, and history. Be sure you are subscribed with the notification bell turned on because you don't want to miss my upcoming port stops in Kusadasi, Crete, Mykonos, Santorini, and Milos.
All right, good morning. It is day 2. I am currently on board Celestyal Journey for a 7-night cruise through the idyllic Aegean. Today we are in Thessaloniki, and we have a kind of a later port arrival time, so we won't arrive until 12. It is just 8 a.m. So I'm up having breakfast, and I have a shore excursion booked today through Celestyal, so guys, join in. If you aren't already following, please subscribe, like this video, and we're off to have breakfast. It's another breakfast with the view, or first breakfast with the view. I got made to order omelet, pork sausage, bacon. I only got a little because I wanted to try it. Chocolate croissant. I've never had a spinach pie, but that's very popular here, so I want to try the spinach pie. That chocolate muffin just looked really good. And then I got coffee and juice. So word to those of you who like to drink, probably bring your own cup because all of their cups are really tiny like that. So bring a reusable, refillable cup. So I love all of the natural lights here in the buffet. For breakfast, you can choose to dine here in the buffet or in the main dining room. I can't think of the name of it, but it's more of a pretty much the same thing from what my waiter last night told me. You could decide if you want to do that or if you want to just come to the buffet. They have quite a few options. They had made to order omelet station. They were making pancakes fresh. They have yogurt, pastries, coffee, all kinds of different things. Now they also don't have coffee creamer. That was something that I learned last year when I was in Italy. They tend to use milk. So if you prefer creamer, bring those little travel size creamers with you. That's what I'll be doing next time. I forgot to do that for this time. So I had to put a little bit of milk in my coffee. Also with the drink package, you can get specialty coffee. I don't see anyone coming around to take orders for those, so I think you might have to go to a bar to get those, but I'll confirm that in a little bit. But I'm going to enjoy my breakfast and see what they have going on this morning before we get off. I know there are a couple of things. There's a couple of lectures. Now they'll do a lecture every day for an upcoming port. For today's, I think it's for Turkey. So when we arrive in Turkey, Ephesus, they're going to give some history there. So I plan to attend that. There are a couple of like little game shows that are going on. But again, you have to be sure to read your daily paper. So I brought it to read for breakfast. Everything's there in your daily program, and it tells you exactly what's going on. So I'm going to read this and have my breakfast. So y'all, this pineapple juice it's fresh pineapple juice. So they have juice in like the dispensers that I guess concentrated juice. Then they had this like off to the side. I don't think I've ever had pineapple juice taste like this. Like I'm thinking of like the watered down MSC pineapple juice. This is not that. This is like pure pineapple juice. And I can tell now why they have it in these small cups, because it is very sweet. Just pure pineapple juice. So I don't think I've ever had that before. It's really good. Also, something else to know, they do have solo travelers meetup. So this morning under my door, they slid under my door an invitation to a solo travelers meetup for this evening. It's like before dinner time. Well, actually not my dinner time. I think it was like 7 p.m. and they were doing a meetup and they had drinks, and it said maybe we can go to dinner afterwards. I don't go to dinner that late, so I probably won't go to the solo travelers meet up, but that's kind of cool that they offer that. I'm sure you're wondering about the coffee. It is really strong, but it's not as strong as it was in Athens. I think with creamer it'd be really, really good. I'm gonna give this spinach pie a try. It's not bad. You can tell it's an acquired taste. I'm not a huge spinach person. I'll eat spinach, but there's some sort of herb in there that's kind of overpowering it for me. So that's a no for me. But my goal for this cruise is to try at least one new thing a day. Today I will be in Thessaloniki and I will be on a food tour, so I'll be obviously trying things there. But they have different things on the buffet that you may not have at home. So my goal is to try, you know, something new. That's just not it for me. I don't like, it's like maybe mint or something in there. Yeah, I don't care for that. And the bacon and sausage is also very different. I don't know if you guys can see how it has like herbs and things in there. Sorry, I don't mean to put the sausage in front like that, but just want to show you it's different. Not bad. I don't care for the bacon. The sausage is good, but it's not going to be your typical Jimmy Dean or Roger Wood or anything like that. So keep that in mind, but it's tasty. Yeah, so they had beef and they had pork sausage available. This is the pork one. It's pretty good. All right, something interesting that I'm reading in the paper is that it is strictly prohibited to take food away from the dining room. That is very interesting. It says, for health and hygiene purposes, it is not allowed to take any type of food away from the dining areas. Consumption of food at another area, cabin, or ashore is strictly prohibited. Thank you. So that is something very different. So those of you who like to eat in your cabins, who like to, you know, take your food elsewhere to go eat, it's not allowed. That is very interesting. It says here for dress code in the dining rooms, like for dinner particularly, it says most customers like to dress up for dinner, so it is advisable for ladies to wear dress or long slacks, and for men to wear long trousers and shirt or jacket. It says please refrain from wearing shorts, and no shorts in the dining room. I think they're more so speaking for dinner, but yeah, that's interesting. So make sure you read up. There's a lot to read. That's why I brought it to breakfast. It has a lot of information on like different meetups that they're having. They always have a drink special for each day, the premium cocktail of the day. So if you have the Sky High, you'll pay a supplement. If you have the Sky High Plus or whatever the next package is, it's included. So it kind of gives you a lot of information. But yeah, that just kind of sparked my attention. So FYI. And in case you're wondering, this chocolate muffin is really good. Like full, if you like chocolate, full of chocolate. Really good. It needs some milk with that. So good. So I was hoping to show you guys the kids club. It opened at 9 this morning. It's like from 9 to 11 this morning. They are closed during port times. Kids club is only for ages 3 to 12. They have very limited hours, but it's kind of on and off throughout the day. I was hoping to take you guys in to show you the kids club. I thought if I got there early, but there's only a couple of kids on the sailing. I haven't seen many kids at all, but it's probably because they've already gone back to school. But yeah, I got there and there were already kids waiting, so won't be able to film that just yet, but I will get it before the end of the cruise. So Fig and Honey also has juices, so it's like a juice bar as well. It's an upcharge, but if you have a drink package, some of it's included with your drink package. I'm gonna try to find some coffee this morning though. So the cappuccino is included with the drink package. If you have the Sky, I'm trying to get these drink packages right. If you have the Sky High, which has up to €7, you can get a small cappuccino. If you have the other package, Sky's the limit, I think it is, which is the one you get up to €10, you can get the larger one. So but guys, I have to tell you, the service has been great. I have the same bartender that seeks me out every time. She's amazing, and she already kind of knows what I want already, and it's only day 2, so excellent service on part of Celestyal. So yeah, so I didn't stick around for the lecture. There were only 6 people in there. I noticed that there was a lecture for tonight for the history of Greek olive oil. More interested in that, I think. Of course, I'll learn about Ephesus when I get in port. But yeah, if you're into lectures and things, definitely it's your traditional lecture, like somebody standing at a podium talking to you. So didn't want to sit in that, but there's supposed to be Pictionary going on right now here at Ocean Bar, so we'll see what Pictionary looks like. There's also on the pool deck, they're going to be doing a dance class here soon, and they're doing some sort of game right now. So I'm just trying to show you guys a little bit of what they have to offer. Now again, keep in mind, because this is a very port intensive itinerary, there's not like a whole lot of activities going on, just looking at the daily program, but I'll take you guys around and show you some of the things that they have to offer throughout the day. Alright, so still waiting on Pictionary to start. I'm supposed to start at 10, it's 10:15, so they said it'll start soon, but I'll probably be heading up to go check out the dance class. I think it was cha-cha maybe. But something that I noticed is, I mentioned the Wi-Fi package and how most packages you get 1 hour per day. You have to pause the Wi-Fi. Well, once you get close to land, if you have an international plan, like I have an international plan, and we're still cruising, but we're like kind of inland, so like I see land on both sides, I'm able to connect and not use my Wi-Fi package. So I'm able to connect to my international plan. So definitely check, don't take my word for it, check with your phone carrier, because of course it's different depending, you don't want roaming charges, but because I see land on both sides, I tested it out and it's working just fine. So I'll save my internet for tonight when we're cruising and we're away from land. So just a little tip for you, but definitely check it out with your phone carrier. So Pictionary never happened, although they were set up for it. So people were waiting. I don't know what happened. The guy was talking. One of the crew members, I think he was leading Pictionary. They kept saying that it was going to start soon. So I'm not going to show that to you guys, but I'm going to head up and see what's going on the main pool deck.
Come in the middle. The right with back, okay?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Backward. Amen. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Y 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, y 1, 2. Pa, pa, pa. Y pa, pa, pa. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Alright, so the meetup spot for English speakers for the tours are going to be in the main theater. The information won't be on your ticket. You actually have to look at the daily program to figure out what time you have to meet up. It'll say it there. So my meetup time is 12:30. They asked you to stop by Short Excursions desk to get earbuds. They're going to provide you with a device. It's called the Whisperer. If you don't return it, it's 85 euros. So make sure you return it if you have a tour that's like a walking tour or a guided tour where they're going to be talking to you. So definitely keep that in mind. And if you're like me and can't wear earbuds, you might want to bring your own that you can plug in. So I'm just going to sit here and wait until they start calling for our excursion.
I would like to see who are the lucky ones going to Thessaloniki on foot. I'm on diet, but you will love it. I did it before I started the diet. You will love it. So, you are bus sign, yeah, number 12.
Thank you. All right, first time in Thessaloniki. It is a warm breeze. It's like 82 degrees, so it feels really nice. Not too hot. Overcast, so it'll be a great day. So I am bus number 12, Thessaloniki food on foot. So it is a walking tour. I think they're going to take us to like the city center, and then it's walking around to get food. So I'm excited for this. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out. And there's people embarking the ship today as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
So we're actually not even on a bus. I went looking for bus 12 and they said, no, you're just meeting up on the corner. They kept saying bus 12. They should have just told us to find whoever was holding number 12 sign up, because this is where we are.
Guys, let me know if you can hear me. You also turn on your devices. There is an on and off switch on the side. Or Nick, if you prefer, whatever. I will be your guide today. We are going to walk around a little bit in the city of Thessaloniki, and we are going to eat our way through the history of this place. Now, as you can see, the port is not located in a very convenient place for us, so we are going to get into one of these buses, and it's going to leave us a little bit more centrally, and then we're going to go. So we're going to get on a bus for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, and then at the exit of the port, we begin our tour.
So we actually will be getting on a bus. They said it's just like a 2-minute ride into the city center, so they're going to kind of squeeze us in on the other excursion buses just to drop us off. So that's the plan.
Algumas coisas ela é mais the city center of Thessaloniki. This is it right here, the city center, and we are going to eat our way through the history of this place. Now Thessaloniki, I don't know if you ever heard of Thessaloniki before you booked this cruise. I don't know if you ever heard the name of Thessaloniki. However, Thessaloniki is actually one of the oldest cities in Europe, or in Greece at least. You know, we know exactly how old Thessaloniki is. Thessaloniki is 2,339 years old exactly. And we know that because we know exactly when Thessaloniki was created. It was the year 315 before Christ. 315 years before Christ, a little bit after Alexander the Great. You know, Alexander, he created this huge empire, but when he died, he left no heirs, nobody to take his place. He had one son out of marriage, illegitimate, doesn't count. One of his wives is 7 months pregnant, but nobody will wait for a baby, who might even be a girl, to be born and grow up and become the king. No. So the moment Alexander died, everybody started fighting about who is going to take what part of the empire. And there was this guy, his name was Cassander. Cassander was a childhood friend of Alexander. They went to school together. A childhood friend gives you something, but not a lot. So he thinks, if I want to get more, I must connect myself with Alexander through marriage. So why don't I get married to one of Alexander's sisters? Why don't I get married to Thessaloniki? Thessaloniki, before it was a city, it was a woman. She was half sister of Alexander the Great. Same father, different mothers. So Cassander gets married to Thessaloniki in order to become family with Alexander, and in order to demonstrate his affection, he comes over here. And over here, there used to be 25 small little villages and settlements all over the Gulf. So Cassander, he says, you 25 little villages, you are going to come together, you are going to become a city, and your name is going to be Thessaloniki. So Thessaloniki's cuisine is the only Greek cuisine that has been incorporated into UNESCO's heritage program. Like the cuisine of Thessaloniki is a UNESCO monument. The cuisine of Thessaloniki, not the Greek cuisine, not the cuisine of Athens, the cuisine of Thessaloniki. Why? Because the cuisine of this city is like the history of the city. It has layers. But this is Greece. Everything has layers. I mean, we stop over here because there is shade and space. Nothing particular over here, but a nice view of this ugly parking lot right over here. Let's not make this significant about this ugly parking lot. You saw that there is the monument for the Holocaust right over there. Why would we place the monument to the Holocaust right over there? Because it was right here in this square, we call it Freedom Square, where the Nazis, they gathered the male Jews in order to register them and then send them to the ghettos. So on a Saturday, on a Sabbath that is sacred for the Jewish people, they were gathered all over here. They were forced to do calisthenics in order to humiliate them. There were beatings and spittings, and then from here to the ghetto, and from the ghetto to Auschwitz. So they destroy the parking lot, they take out some of the trees, they start digging a little bit, then we ran out of money. We let it like that for like 4 years unused, and then they say, since we are not doing anything with this, let's make it a parking lot. So now it's a parking lot over again. Now they say they are going to make it a place of Jewish memory, and we'll see. Maybe parking lot again. Let's see. Follow me this way. Now I don't know about grandma, maybe it's something that we say, but the big fire of 1917 was no joke. It was burning for 3 days and 3 nights. And after the fire was done, 70% of the population went homeless. 70% of Thessaloniki homeless in 3 nights. Huge disaster. The area over here managed to survive the fire. So it still maintains some of the old character of Thessaloniki, Ladadika we call it, the oil market. So nowadays it's full of restaurants, taverns, bar. It mostly becomes alive at night. It's a nice little place. Let's walk around. They look like oranges, but they are not actually oranges. They are bitter oranges. They are completely horrible. You can eat them, nothing is going to happen to you. But if you eat them, you'll hate me forever because they taste awful. I mean, if it was oranges, everybody would pick them up from the fridge. Everybody loves a nice orange. But these ones, the only thing you can do with them is boil them in sugar and syrup and then create some sweet dessert. But if you eat it like that, blah. Now they say that, you know, Greece, especially in the 20th century, the first half of the 20th century, this country has been gone through so many wars and cases of hunger and famine that after some point in all of our cities we started planting these trees, these bitter oranges, to make sure if anything like that happens again, at least we'll have the horrible fruit over there. It's horrible, but it's nutritious. Very important for the Muslims of the city. Flowing water, very important for Muslims. Also very important for social reasons. The only opportunity a woman would have back then to leave the house without their husband and be just women alone is the hammam. And also nowadays we go home, we take a shower, it's fast, easy. 500 years ago it was not that easy. You want to get clean, you come to the hammam. So hammams, very important. The Ottomans, they built hammams everywhere. Thessaloniki has 7 hammams like this, but Greek people were not really hammam people. So the last one closed in the 60s, like 60 years ago. Now they are beautiful buildings inside modern Thessaloniki. You walk around, hey, you find an Ottoman hammam. It's closed, just exists. Now, let's begin with the food. Follow me this way. Excuse me?
Are they the custard
Yes,
ones?
and the cheese ones.
Okay.
What is it?
Well, it's like a phyllo pie sort of thing, and on my food tour I did in Athens the other night, the girl was from Thessaloniki.
Oh, okay.
And the only ones I've had in Athens were the savory ones, and she's like, oh, you have to have a custard one. They're from Thessaloniki
Okay.
and everything, so yeah. That's why I was asking them, is it a custard one? So yeah.
What can we here? If there is one trademark food in Thessaloniki, one food that is 100% Thessaloniki, this food is bougatsa. Bougatsa is considered to be the #1 food in Thessaloniki. You have two versions of bougatsa. One of them is with semolina cream, and the other one is with cheese. So one is sweet, the other one is savory. The name is, you can see it written over there, bougatsa, like B-O-U-G-A-T-S-A. Now, what is bougatsa? I suppose most of you familiar with the Greek spinach pie, spanakopita, or the pita, the pie. In order to make a pie, you take the phyllo, the dough, the crunchy part, you sprinkle some olive oil, phyllo, olive oil, phyllo, olive oil. For bougatsa, phyllo, lots of melted butter, phyllo, melted butter, phyllo, melted butter. So there is lots of butter involved here. It's good for the soul, but not good for this here. Now, bougatsa. Why is it the #1 trademark food in Thessaloniki? It is because, I told you that Thessaloniki was Jewish, Muslim, Christian. We know what happened to the Jews, the Nazis. What happened to the Muslim people? 100 years ago, 1923, Greece and the Ottoman Empire, we had an exchange of populations. We said every Muslim in Greece goes to Turkey. Every Greek in Turkey, every Greek Orthodox Christian in Turkey comes to Greece. Mandatory and no exceptions. Turkish people leave Greece for Turkey. Suddenly, the population goes up by a million. We got bougatsa and chocolate milk. It's a recipe for disaster, I tell you that. And enjoy. Everybody needs water. There is water and the glasses right over here. Plastic cups over here.
They're both really good. I like the sweet one better though. It's really good.
So as you can see, there are many types of bougatsa. You can have bougatsa with cream or cheese like we had. There is one with meat, there is one with spinach. You can do bougatsa with whatever you want. But the classic flavors, let's say, the ones we just had, cheese and cream. Me personally, I'm a cream guy, but it's a matter of taste. Wow, look at that, nice. Follow me this way, please. For everyone. Amy Modiano, he didn't want to be a banker like his whole family. He wanted to become an architect. So he designed a market and he built the market. This one. Modiano Market is the name. He started building it in 1923. It opened its gates in 1930. Aristotle Square, dedicated to famous Greek philosopher Aristoteles. this is the city center. And you probably notice that this looks completely different than the rest of the city. This is because of the big fire of 1917. Before that, Thessaloniki, Thessaloniki became part of Greece in 1912. Before that, it was part of the Ottoman Empire. It looked like Istanbul. 1912, it becomes part of Greece. 1917, it gets burnt down to the carpets. Now, it's an opportunity for the Greek people to rebuild Thessaloniki the way they want it to look like.
So ouzo.
You take your glass, you put a little ice in your glass, and then you put the ouzo in the glass. You are going to notice that it's going to taste. This is the anise. Anise smells like licorice. It interacts with water and it starts.
Flavor. It smells like black licorice. Tastes like black licorice.
It doesn't sound like a bad one. That was in high school?
Very strong. I said sip it slowly. Don't drink it too fast. It's really strong. Very, tastes like it's ouzo. Tastes like black licorice to me.
Yum.
Excuse me.
That's like a...
Bread is really hot. So it's a grape leaf wrapped with, has rice inside.
Yeah?
Oh, that is good. That's really good. Really good.
If you like rice.
Yeah, I like that. Right. It's really good.
Won't fit.
Cut it?
Yeah.
Is there a better part of it, or?
I have no idea.
Okay.
You can.
It's probably going to be crispier over here. If you want more meat, go in the middle.
I like crispy.
To me, like this part is really good.
Okay. Did anybody else want that before I cut it?
Go for it.
Okay. All right, they're keeping the food coming for sure. All right, let me try this octopus. I think this might be like hummus.
Is it like rubber?
It's more like beans. I mean, like.
I'm trying to think what to compare it to. I can't think. What would you compare octopus to? What would you compare octopus to a seafood like shrimp or?
Doesn't taste like much.
Calamari? Yeah.
Yeah. Right, it's not.
Well, if you have it in the States, it's rubber.
Yeah. Not bad. Thank you. I mean, they're just piling it up. They're just piling it up.
So the eggplant tastes good. It's a little mushy for me. The texture.
My favorite fish eggs, butter, olive oil, and things like that. It's very tasty.
Sardines, I think. It is sardine?
I think salt.
Okay.
Egg of fish. They say tarama.
Okay.
You know tarama?
No.
No? It's eggs of some fish. You have salmon, but I think it's not salmon because it's not pink.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's a fish.
All right. It's a fish.
I don't know in English. Anchois.
Sardine?
Like a sardine.
Anchovy or
Okay.
sardine?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Salty, but
Some people associate Greece with lamb. If we go to meat, it's going to be pork. We mostly do pork. We do chicken. We do beef, and then we go to lamb. But lamb, it's something special. I like lamb. You know, on Easter Day, I told you Christmas is my second favorite meat dish of the year. Easter is my favorite. On Easter Day, we roast the whole lamb. No, we take the whole lamb and we roast it. The thing is that for us, the Christian Orthodox, before Easter, it's 50 days of fasting. So for 50 days, we begin by cutting off meat and things like that, and gradually we cut more and more and more and more stuff. Eventually, on the last week, we eat like pasta with nothing, or I don't know, one fish or something like that. So for 50 days, it's fasting, and then you go to a whole lamb. How can you go from 50 days of not eating properly to going to roasting a whole lamb? It's very difficult. So this is what we do. We take the insides of the lamb, the intestines and all this, the livers and all this, we chop them up real good. We make a soup with it. Now Saturday night is when Jesus Christ is resurrected. At midnight, Jesus is resurrected. We all go to the church, and then at 12 o'clock the priest is going to say Jesus is resurrected, and we're like more and very happy, and we have red eggs and we make egg fights, and then we go like 1 a.m. in the night back to home and we eat this soup. Margherita, it's like intestine soup. We eat the soup, so now our body is ready. We take a little nap, and then like 5 in the morning we wake up, we start roasting the lamb, and then that is something. That is something, I tell you that. Considered to be their national dish. What would you think it is? Olives. I'm talking about this, like not a material, like a food. Souvlaki, no. Our national dish is bean soup. Bean soup is our national dish. Why? I told you that especially in the first half of the 20th century, lots of hunger, lots of famine, lots of war. You take a pot of water, you throw in some beans, a carrot and an onion, and you got yourself a meal. So the poor man's food is our national dish, the bean soup. Many people know Thessaloniki because of its place in the Bible, and many people know Thessaloniki because it has actually 8 UNESCO churches. 8 churches that are older than 1,000 years old. This is one of them. This one dates from the 7th century. It's 1,300 years old. black, no sugar, medium, a little sugar, sweet, more sugar. So, how many people would they like their coffee black, no sugar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
7. Okay. How many people would like? When it comes to sweet stuff, desserts, we go Turkey all the way. The sweet syrupy dessert stuff. So, you have kadaifi. Kadaifi is this thing that looks like pasta like ancient here. This is called kadaifi. It's just literally pasta. Inside you have walnuts and syrup. You have this over here which is like normal butter with a little cocoa inside and lots of syrup. And then you have this little triangle. This is a very Thessaloniki thing. We call it triangles, like triangle, triangle. It's from Thessaloniki. It's something like, let's say someone from Athens visits Thessaloniki. They are going to go home with a box like that.
It's very sweet, very sticky. That's good though.
How long have you been walking?
2 years. Alright, everything is like really sweet. I'm waiting on my coffee. It's like really sweet. So he said everything, like they have a lot of syrup, lots of sugar, lots of sweets, and all of this is really sweet, but it'll go well with coffee.
My best friend just went on Celebrity Ascent back in March. Loved it. That was their.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite ship.
The partially back to their headquarters in Mumbai in India, and I was like, okay, which in the.
All right, so that is the end of this tour. Guys, I highly recommend it. It was really nice. It does require a lot of walking, so if you're not down for walking, you might not like it, but it's flat ground, so no hills or anything, but definitely wear sneakers or walking sandals because there's some cobble, some marble, so be careful. But great tour, great food, had a really good time. Now back to the ship. Freshen up and I am headed to dinner. Now dinner, they do not have set dining times for the main dining room. You just show up anytime between 6:30 and 10 and you dine. So I'm headed there.
Good evening. How are you?
Hello. Good. How are you? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so in the main dining room, they said you can order as much as you want. Some of the names are just in Greek, so they'll come translate and let you know what it is. So Acropolis, I think he said it was chicken. It doesn't say chicken on it, so make sure you ask if you have a question about it. That's what he recommended for tonight. And then they also have some of the chef's gourmet selections that you can order from the steakhouse for an upcharge. And they have the menu in multiple languages, so he turned it right to English for me. But yeah,
So before we start, madam, I just introduce myself. My name is Aris.
Yes.
And I will be your waiter tonight. And that's my not so young partner, Jojo.
Thank you.
So, ready?
I think so. I'm gonna take your recommendation.
Let's get it on, madam.
I'm gonna
anyway,
do the...
if you don't like it, just don't be shy. Just let us know. We will change it.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try the cheese. How do you say that?
Saganaki. Yes.
Saganaki.
It's fried, like in a small pan.
Can I also have the fish soup?
Sure, madam.
Now, how do you say that?
It's sarasupa kakavya. It's silent P.
Okay, I'll try that as well.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try the chicken that you mentioned.
The Kotopolo?
Well, what would you recommend, the Kotopolo or the
Moussaka?
Moussaka?
I advise, madam, you can have the chicken for your main and then moussaka on the side, just to taste, you know.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. So you can taste everything.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Anyway, your holiday. You're in Greece.
Yes. Thank you. That's awesome service. Awesome service. So yeah, he said order as much as you want. So he's gonna give me the moussaka on the side, and then the chicken, however you say that. He's gonna give that to me as well. So, and I apologize for the lighting. It's not the best of lighting. I'm kind of sitting in the center of the dining room. I would have loved to have a window, but this is where they put me, so that's fine.
As you see, lots of bread.
And it's just me at the table, so they probably could have given me like 2 pieces, if that, but whole basket of bread. So he said this was fried cheese. It's very tasty. It's like a very dense mozzarella stick, like very dense. But it tastes just like a mozzarella stick. And there's honey on the plate, so if you taste it with the honey, it's really good. So yeah, think about a mozzarella stick with honey on it. That's pretty much what this is. Just, it's a very dense, very, very dense cheese. While I'm sitting here having dinner again, I'm reading the paper. Something else that's interesting is that it says that there's no babysitting services on this ship. Any child under 5 years old must always be accompanied by an adult. So if you have anyone under 5, there's no kids club, no babysitting. And also, if kids 12 and under are not allowed in the jacuzzis. So that's different than some cruise lines that allow kids to kind of pile into the jacuzzi. So that's something very different. Something else, I signed up for a wine tasting. It's 15 euros if you decide to do something like that. It is kind of an exclusive event. I figured I might as well try some different... Yes, I'm finished. I'm finished. You can take it. Yes, I'm finished.
What's your name, ma'am?
RacQuelle.
RacQuelle?
Yes.
Oh, I'm RacQuelle. Thank you.
Yes.
Sure, Madam RacQuelle?
I'm finished with that, yes.
Your soup coming, eh?
Thank you, yes. Thank you. So, forgot what I was saying. It'll come back to me in a minute. So yeah, so that's interesting. But tonight they have a show called Fantastic. So 8:30 and 10 o'clock. I'm gonna hopefully try to get to the 8:30. That way, yeah, that's an hour and 15 minutes away. That way I can go to bed early tonight. But there's also karaoke, so there's a lot of different activities going on. They're just kind of spread all over the ship. So. Thank you.
Enjoy your fish soup.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so fish soup. So it has pieces of fish in it. Looks like little baby shrimp, like little salad shrimp maybe. It's good. It has a lot of fennel in it. I'm not a huge fan of fennel, but overall it tastes good. It's very hot. It comes out very hot. It looks like it has, I'm not gonna say octopus, but it looks like some tentacles in here. He said it's salmon and swordfish. So, it doesn't taste bad at all. It's very hot. I'm just not a huge fan of fennel, and it's very fennel heavy. But it's tasty and something lighter to have. So even though that was very fennel heavy, I finished it. It's very tasty. It really is. Pull out a guitar for birthday. That's awesome. And a nice large cake too. I don't know if that's complimentary or if they paid for that, but it's a nice cake. So when he mentioned getting a side of moussaka, I thought he meant a side. That's like a full dish. I'm not gonna be able to eat all this. But I have Greek chicken. I can't recall what they called it. I think that's couscous. Some mixed veggies, and then the moussaka, which I've never had, so I'm excited to try it. It's like layers of eggplant, potatoes, and beef. So something new. I wanted to try it, but I didn't want a huge portion. He said a side, so I was thinking like on the side, but it's a big portion. So I definitely won't be eating all of this, but the service has been great and the food has been really good so far. So this kind of almost feels like specialty dining. So I do apologize if the pictures and videos kind of dark. I left my phone in the cabin. When I told him I was going to get it, he was like, no, enjoy your dinner without your phone. So you know what, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, so I apologize if it's dark, but we'll see how this tastes.
All right, I am going to start with the moussaka because I've never had it before. So like I'm going to start there. Let's see. So again, it's eggplant, potatoes, and it's kind of layered together. A little bit of cheese and eggplant. Let's see. Oh, and cheese. It's very cheesy on the top. It's like a thick layer of cheese on the top. Hold on. It's like a lasagna. Just needs a pinch of salt, but it's pretty much a lasagna. But instead of noodles, it's potatoes and eggplant, but it tastes like lasagna. So not bad at all. Just needs a pinch of salt. I think the meat was under seasoned. Good though. Yeah, let's try this chicken. Yeah, that's couscous there. Well, that's seasoned. That's really good. I've had couscous before though. Chicken has a taste of cinnamon. That's the first thing I taste was the cinnamon. So whatever they season it with, it definitely has cinnamon in it. It's different. It's not bad. Not my favorite. I think I like the moussaka better than the chicken. But the chicken's moist. It's not dry. It's definitely seasoned, but it's seasoned with cinnamon. Not my style. So I think I'm gonna have the moussaka, couscous. Yeah, I think that's gonna be dinner, but yeah, pretty solid. And the fact that you can order multiple, that's awesome. Now the menu was kind of limited. I think they had 3 or 4 starters, maybe 5 entrees. The dessert menu was not part of it, but the fact that you can order multiples is really nice. Now, of course, you still have the buffet for dinner, and you have specialty dining if you want to do that. But this food is pretty solid for a main dining room. Really no complaints. I mean, cinnamon on chicken. It's not my thing, but somebody's apparently. So guys, dinner was delicious. I just feel like I've been eating all day. So
yeah, I am stuffed and done. All right, guys, and on that note, I am headed to bed. I have no clue where I'm going tomorrow. I don't know which port, so you gotta stay tuned. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I will catch you guys tomorrow, wherever we're gonna be. I have no clue. See you later.